What's up, Hip Hop Central here, and we're back with a new video today, going over a timeline of all the Chicago rappers and artists we lost from 2012 up to present day. Now, this was a difficult video to make. We lost a lot of talent out of Chicago in these past few years, and some of these artists didn't really get to see themselves blow up to after they passed away. So please be respectful in the comment section below, drop a like, subscribe, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so the first rapper on the list is Little JOJO. Now, he's one of the biggest artists coming from this whole drill era. When he dropped the song BDK back in 2011, it had so much attention towards it. And BDK was a diss track towards the Black Disciple, which is Chief Keef's gang, one of the biggest gangs in Chicago. And unfortunately, Little JOJO was shot and killed in 2012 while riding a bicycle. He was only 18 years old. Now, the next rapper on the list is Lil Jeff. Now, he was part of FBG Flyboy Gang with Lil J, FBG Duck, and Billionaire Black. And he had a few songs. He had a song with AOKD, he had a song with Duck, Billionaire, Lil J, all of them. And unfortunately, he was shot outside of a party in 2013. He was only 21 years old. Now, the next rapper on the list is L.A. Capone, one of the rappers I feel like had the most potential coming out of the city during this era. And he was part of Team 600 with E-Day, Rondo, C-Day, all of them. And I feel like if he was still alive right now, he would be one of the biggest rappers coming out of Chicago, like up near Chief Keef, Little Dirk level. Like, he only dropped, I think 15 songs, and his quality and his flow he had was completely different from anything coming out of the city during the time. But unfortunately, he was shot and killed in September of 2013 while leaving a recording studio. He was only 17 years old. Now, the next rapper on the list is Little MARC from 051 Young Money and was brothers with Tuka. And in 2014, he dropped one of the biggest diss tracks ever to come out of Chicago on Little Dirk's beat, No Competition. And in this song, he dissed pretty much anybody he could fit into this song. And it did a lot of views at first, but unfortunately, he was shot and killed at a bus stop in 2014, and he was only 20 years old. Now, next rapper on the list is Blood Money, aka Big Glow. He was part of GBE Glow Gang and was actually cousins with Chief Keef. And he had a few songs with FREDO, Santana, Tato, Chief Keef. He was a big part of the Chicago drill scene during this time. And unfortunately, he was shot in 2014 and later died at the hospital. He was only 30 years old. Alright, so next rapper on the list is OTF NUNU, aka DOOSKI. Now, he was part of OTF and he was cousins with Lil Durk, and he kind of had more of a fast type rap style, and it kind of fit well with the whole drill type beats. I remember when OC first dropped his last verse, he just went off. He snapped on that. It was insane. But anyway, a short time after that video did drop, he was shot and killed outside of a shopping center, and he was only 21 years old. So the next rapper on the list is Young Pappy. Now, he was part of PBG North Pole, and during this time he was one of the most talented artists coming out of the city. Just the passion he put into his lyrics, his songs, his videos was insane. Just putting on his music nowadays, just the hype behind it, just gets everybody in the room just hyped up and pumped. But unfortunately, in 2015 he was shot and killed, and I feel like if he was still alive, he would be one of the biggest rappers in the game right now. But unfortunately, he did pass away at the age of 20. Alright, so next rapper on the list is KTS Von. Now, that stands for Kill to Survive, which is a set of Gangster Disciple and Vice Lords. And he actually had a pretty big song that was popping during the time that was also called KTS, Kill to Survive. But unfortunately, he was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting in 2015 at the age of 20. Alright, so next rapper on the list is GBE CAPO. Now, he was part of Chief Keef's crew, and he had a few songs with Chief Keef and Tato and Ball Out, all of them. And during this time, he was back in Chicago. I feel like he should have, got out of there. He should have been out in California with Chief Keef and all them. They had money, they were set pretty well. But unfortunately, he was shot while walking outside with a group of friends. And also, the guy that shot him did drive off and hit and kill a kid. So it was a whole messed up situation. But anyway, he ended up passing away at the age of 23. Next rapper and producer on the list is SMYLEZ. Now, SMYLEZ and Young Chops actually grew up together, and they kind of, help each other make beats and rap, get into the industry and all that. But as you know, Young Chops started working with Little Dirk and Chief Keef, and SMYLEZ went and worked with JOJO, Little Mr., Pete Rico, and rappers like that. And SMYLEZ did rap also. He dropped a lot of dope songs in his time, but unfortunately in 2016 he did have a heart attack and passed away at the age of 24. Now the next rapper on the list is SHOTTASHELLZ. Now he dropped this diss track in April of 2017 called Death to 150, which was taking shots at 150 Dream Team and No Limit, all of that. And he was dissing a lot of rappers in this song. You know, he dissed so many rappers that died and rappers that were still alive. They also burned a 150 Dream Team shirt in this music video. But 2 months later, he was shot and killed in a drive-by while standing outside. He was 21 years old. Now the next rapper on the list is FBG Brick. He's the oldest brother to FBG Duck, and in early 2017 he was released from prison after serving a few years, and he started rapping. He dropped a few dope songs, a few remixes, but unfortunately he was shot and killed with his friend Kobe in 2017, and he did later pass away. He was only 26. Alright, so the next rapper on the list is FREDO Santana. Now, he was one of the biggest artists to coming out of Chicago during this time. You know, he's one of the original OGs of this whole Chicago drill scene era. He was good friends with Chief Keef. He grew up with him. He had a lot of work with him. But like a lot of rappers, he did have a codeine and lean addiction. And he did have a few seizures leading up to his death in early 2018, when he did have a fatal seizure in January, and he did later pass away. He was 27, and he also joined a long list of singers and musicians of the 27 Club. So the next rapper on the list is DOOSKI the Man. Now, he was good friends with the whole PBG. You know, he had a few songs out with WRLD, and he actually did have a song out that was catching a lot of attention during the time before he passed away. But unfortunately, he was shot and killed in 2018. And also at his funeral, 5 people got shot, including WRLD got shot in the head, but he did survive. But unfortunately, in 2018, he did pass away at the age of 25. Alright, so the next rapper on the list is Little Mister. Now, Little Mister is one of the original OGs of this whole Chicago drill scene. He pretty much came up with the term no lacking, and it was one of his biggest songs he did ever release. And he did collab a lot with Little JOJO, Swag Dinero, P. Rico, and rappers like that. But unfortunately, in 2019, he was shot and killed while in a car. And I feel like No Lacking is one of the biggest songs of this whole Chicago era. But unfortunately, he did pass away at the age of 23. Now the next rapper on the list is AAB HELLABANDZ. Now he was associates with FREDO Santana, Lil Durk, a lot of other big name artists. He also had a small relationship with Black China, but unfortunately he was down in Miami for a Rolling Loud concert, and he was shot outside of a nightclub after an altercation in 2019. He was only 24. Now the next rapper on the list is EBE BANDZ, aka Billy the Kid. Now he had a lot of work with Taste 600, GMEBE, and a lot of artists like that. And he was one of the most respected white rappers coming out of Chicago. But unfortunately, in May of 2019, he did go missing and nobody knew where he was at for a week. For a little bit, they thought he was in the back of his trunk dead. But unfortunately, they did find his body burnt in the woods. And they later said he was killed with a baseball bat or a blunt object. But he did pass away in 2019 at the age of 23. Now the next rapper on the list is Juice WRLD, one of the biggest artists on this list and one of the biggest artists of this generation. Now, like a lot of rappers on this list, he wasn't a drill type rapper. He was more of a lyrical rapper and put a lot of emotion into his music. But unfortunately, in 2019, while flying back from LA to Chicago on a private jet, police were tipped off that he had drugs and weapons on the plane. And when Juice WRLD did land, he popped a few Percocets to try to hide him from the law. And he did overdose and have a seizure in the airport and was transported to the hospital where he later died. He was only 21 years old. Now the next rapper on the list is Trey Savage, and he was signed to Chief Keef's label Glow Gang, and he did have a lot of work with Chief Keef, FREDO Santana, Fat Trail, Corey Guns, and a few other big name artists. But unfortunately, in June of 2020, while driving in Chicago, he was shot multiple times in the neck and shoulder, and then he did crash into 3 cars and was taken to the Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. He was only 26. Now the last rapper on the list is FBG Duck, one of the original OGs of this whole Chicago drill scene, and I feel like he was one of the rappers that was blackballed for a while because he was very consistent. He would drop a lot of videos like at least once a week, and they were doing numbers between 100K to 1 million easy. And he did have a hit song in 2018 called Slide that actually got him signed, and 21 Savage did remix it. But unfortunately, while he was out shopping, he was shot and killed and transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. He was only 26. So thanks for watching. It did take me a while to make this video, so if you guys could drop a like, it really helps the channel out a lot. And if you want to see more list videos like this, comment down below. Also, I want to know which artist death did hit you the hardest. Comment that down below. So thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and peace out.